All right, y'all. This is everything you need to know about Go High Level. Go High Level is awesome. It has like everything built into it. This is your CRM for tracking your clients. This is how you can track your opportunities in the pipeline. You can trigger automations inside of Go High Level. So you can also make funnels, websites. You can post from your social media. You can send text messages and emails to your clients. You can literally do like 90% of what a business needs to do all from within Go High Level. So that's why we use it. Uh, Log into the app and you'll be good to go. I am going to log in here. This is not the right account, so let me log out. Okay. I'm going to log in with Google. Pick your organization. Obviously, I have a lot. You won't have this many. Boom. We're logged into my agency dashboard. The agency dashboard is set up, but what you need is a sub account. The reason you use a sub account is because that's where you actually manage your clients, your contacts, all of that. Agencies are able to set up multiple sub accounts. So if you want to create monthly recurring revenue by bringing on other users into sub accounts, you can set that up. That's not what we're here to do. We're not selling a SaaS here. You can, but that's not what we're up to. You need to create a sub account. When you create a sub account, you can go to sub accounts. You can hit create sub account and you can start with a snapshot. If you are part of my program, you already have the snapshot that is the template. But if you are just starting your Go High Level from scratch, no sub accounts, no templates, you just have a blank snapshot. We're going to start with a blank snapshot so I can walk you through what needs to be done to set your account up. And then we'll go over exactly what's happening inside of Go High Level, all of the things you need to know. I'm going to add account manually. I'm just going to put some default values in here. This is new demo. I'm just going to drop my email in here, at quityourday.com. Business name. We'll just put new demo. 1 0 0. So again, put your actual information in here. I'm just putting placeholders. EST. Did I pass it? It's up here. Yeah. America, New York. I am blind. I must be blind because, oh, here it is. All right. America, New York. There we go. All right. Boom. You just created a sub account. Fill in your actual information. Don't be like me. All right. Switch to the sub account. We are in. Okay. So this is everything that Go High Level has inside of it. It has a dashboard where you can view from a high level what's going on inside of your account. Go high level from a high level, whatever. Launchpad. You really don't need to use this anytime after you have already integrated a lot of your business stuff, your other accounts, external platforms. You'll never be clicking on Launchpad. Dashboard is, again, where you can see what's happening inside of your account, like where your opportunities are moving, what's happening in your funnels, whatever else. If you have any tasks, good place to be. Don't really use it too much though. Conversations. This is where you can actually manage conversations with your contacts. So you can send emails and text messages and WhatsApp messages and phone calls all from Go High Level. So you could manage the conversations with your clients inside of this account. Cool. Calendars. You can integrate your Outlook calendar or your Google calendar right inside of Go High Level so you can manage a lot of your calendar activities from this platform as well. We'll do a deeper dive on calendars in just a minute. Contacts. This is where you can import your contact list or add new contacts. This is where you can actually manage the contacts themselves, see all of the information, the notes that you've stored on contacts, etc. We'll get in here in a moment again. Opportunities. This is where you can track the opportunities that you have. It's pipelines. If you've ever used any sort of CRM like Salesforce or HubSpot, this is where you track this is your pipeline tracker. You can create a new pipeline so that you can start tracking the stages that your clients are at. So for example, this might be you have a new lead and then you move them to the nurturing sequence when you're starting to nurture those leads. And then you move them to they booked an appointment, so you want to see them in the booked appointment stage. And then they had the appointment and they closed, so you want to move them to the close stage. And then you move them to your onboarding stage, and then you move them to your review stage, for example. Payments. You can set up invoices and so monthly invoices that go out and get paid automatically right here inside of Go High Level. You can send contracts and agreements right from inside of Go High Level. You can set up other forms of subscriptions and sell products all from right inside of Go High Level. We'll get into this much later once we're setting up pricing and payment for your clients. Cool. Marketing. This is where you can, once it loads, one moment. Marketing. You can set up social media scheduling for any of these platforms from inside of Go High Level, which is super awesome. You can set up email campaigns. This is warm email campaigns. So this is like a newsletter. So people who are already a part of your ecosystem, right? People who have already opted in and are happy to be working with you or want to learn more about your business. Again, this is after they've opted in. You can launch email campaigns from within inside of Go High Level. Cool. The rest of this stuff, not super important for right now. We can get back in. I don't even know what this countdown timer is. That's cool. Brand boards, again, if you want to be able to visualize what's going on with your branding, you can set that up inside of Go High Level. Trigger links we'll get into at another time. We'll do a deeper dive on the marketing section. Trigger links are good for if you're sending a link out and you want to see when somebody clicks on that link or takes an action, or you need to do some sort of action based off of a link that's clicked. You can set up automations based off of trigger links. We'll get into that another time. We're going to spend a lot of time inside of automations. Automations is where you can set up steps that are taken in order. So when one step happens or when one condition is fulfilled, it triggers the next step. That step happens, it triggers the next step. Automations is a whole thing of its own. We're going to spend a lot of time in automations. That will be a whole video on its own, right? Sites, you can build funnels. So this is like a customer journey funnel, right? You might have a lead magnet that you send out, and then you want people to opt in. When they opt in, they go to your VSL. From your VSL, they can go to your calendar. From your calendar, they can go watch the pre-appointment video and get the thank you message. That is a funnel, for example. You can set up a website straight from Go High Level as well. Super powerful. Stores is just a way that you can sell online products. Again, you probably aren't going to use this too much unless you're already running some sort of e-commerce brand. That's what stores are for. Analytics, you can actually see what's going on your funnels or on your websites from this analytics page. If you want to create a blog, you can host a blog straight from Go High Level as well. If you have a WordPress website, you can integrate your WordPress website. Client portal, if you need your clients to be able to log in, you can copy this link and give your clients a login to their own Go High Level accounts. Forms builder, we're going to spend some time inside of the forms. This is where you create contact forms where you want to collect information about contacts, their name, their number, their email. You can ask questions and collect answers to those questions. Surveys, pretty similar, just a different fashion. So instead of having everything on one form, you can have a survey. So it's like multiple pages of a form, pretty much. A form with multiple pages. Chat widget, if you want to embed a chat widget on your website, you can use the one that Go High Level provides. I don't really use this. We're going to cover how to set up text AI agents that can be embedded in your website that work way better. But that's just an example of what's in here. We're going to keep going through the tabs on the side. Memberships. This is if you want to launch a community from your Go High Level account. So you can have like courses and modules and community engagement That's also hosted from Go High Level. Again, Go High Level has so much stuff in it. We're not going to use a lot of it. I also don't prefer using Go High Level's communities. They're a little buggy to interact with, and I don't like the way they look, but that's more of a personal preference. They still work, and a lot of people use them. Media storage. This is where you can upload videos and pictures and be able to embed them inside of your funnels and your websites. So everything that you upload to Go High Level as far as your picture is concerned for your funnel, it's going to be stored in the media. Reputation. If you want to be collecting reviews, this is where you would be able to set up your review tracker. So you can send requests for reviews from here. You can just text your clients straight from the review section. You can see the reviews that you have and where they're coming from. You can set up a widget to be able to embed this on a website and show people the testimonials they're collecting, etc. Reporting. This is if you're setting up ads, like if you have Google ads running or Facebook ads running or something else, you can put all of the reporting inside of, or you can view all of your reporting right here from the dashboard. Super cool. If you want to see like specific actions that your users are taking, you can also see that from the reporting. I don't really use this tab too much, but you can use this tab. You can also see a lot of this information inside of the dashboard, or if you go straight to your opportunities. Great. Okay. The app marketplace is if you need to import like a third-party application. You rarely are going to need to use this. I don't use any of these apps. Everything that I want is already built into Go High Level, so you probably won't ever use this. I have some custom menu links here. These aren't going to show up when you log in because you have your own login, but something cool about Go High Level is you can put your own links inside of this like menu panel here. For me, it's just so I can conveniently pull up Vapi, right? That's just, I click that button, it opens up the Vapi dashboard. I click this button, it opens up Claude, open up AI. You can also open these links inside, like it can, if you use a custom menu link, it can open an iframe, so I could access a lot of stuff from still right inside of Go High Level. We can cover why that might be valuable at another time, but right now we're just doing this overview. Inside of your settings, here at the bottom, you can see your business profile. This is what you just set up when you created the sub account. This is it. This is everything. You really don't need to change any of these settings at all. It's usually pretty good. Some that I like to consider is if we're doing email campaigns, then you might want to turn on mark email as invalid due to hard bounce. So if it doesn't actually go to the email that you're trying to send it to, this will remove it from your email campaign, so you're not messing up your deliverability. That really is like the only one that we ever even consider changing. For the most part, your business account is already set. You can see your location ID, which is valuable for some automations we'll set up later. Another place you can see your location ID is it's always up here in the URL. This is your location ID. Cool. Add a picture of your business logo if you want. It doesn't really make too much of a difference, but you can add that. Billing. You can see how the billing is working for your account. I don't have any payment method set up here. You really won't need to use this too much. But this is for when you're sending invoices or collecting payment. You're just going to want to integrate your Stripe or Authorize.net payment gateway. Cool. My staff. If you want to invite other team members to your CRM, to your high level account, you can just add employees, put their information in here, have them set up their calendar so that you can book meetings, or clients or other people can book meetings with your team, and it'll be integrated with their Google or Outlook calendar. You can change the roles and permissions. If you don't want them to see everything inside of your Go High Level account, you can change what they have permission to see. Most people usually just can see everything, unless for some reason you want to hide specific information from your team. Same thing, you can set up their phone number. You can give employees a Go High Level phone number. It's connected to Twilio, so you would just buy a Twilio number and put that inside of Go High Level, and then you can assign that to a specific team member. This might be good if you are doing manual dialing from your account and you want your team to have their own numbers, like own business numbers. dedicated to them. So when somebody calls that number, it goes straight to your team member instead of the whole business. We can talk about phone numbers some more in a minute when we import our Twilio number. Again, availability is just kind of setting specific availability for a user, like when people want to book with them. Calendar configuration, this is where you're going to go to integrate your calendar and your preferred video conferencing. Awesome. Opportunities and pipelines. These are just some extra settings for how you can manage your pipelines. You really aren't going to need to come in here. These are just some more settings for seeing like notifications for if your automation is erroring out for some reason. You can turn this on. Usually I do turn this on so I can see reporting for if an automation breaks. Calendar settings. This is for configuring your calendars. We'll set this up a bit more in just a moment. For now, we're just going to keep rolling. There is a conversation AI built into Go High Level. It is not great. I don't use it because it doesn't work very well, at least not as custom as I like to set them up. So we're going to skip this completely. But if you want to learn more, go YouTube it. Cool. Email services. You will want to set up an email for your Go High Level account. This will explain to you why you would want to set up your own email instead of using the default messenger email. It's just for better deliverability, and it looks better if you bring your own account. So when you do want to bring your own email in, we'll cover why and when you would want to do that in a later video. We're not setting up the whole account quite yet. Phone numbers. This is where you would integrate your phone number with your CRM. So if somebody texts your business phone number, you want to see that conversation in your CRM, you're going to want to set up your phone number. We're actually about to do this here in just a moment. WhatsApp. If you want to be able to send messages from WhatsApp, you can sign up with a WhatsApp account. You do have to pay a monthly subscription for it because that is a paid service that Go High Level provides. It is a very convenient way to allow for WhatsApp messaging, though. I do use this. Reputation management. If you're doing like reviews on a website somewhere and you want to be able to manage your reputation, you can click in here and change some settings. I don't really use this too much. Custom fields and custom values. We are going to use this a bunch. So custom fields are the fields that show up on your contact opportunity. To explain this a bit better, I'm going to go back to contacts real quick. I'm going to create a contact just by adding a new contact. Demo, testing, email. I'm just going to drop a random email in real quick. Phone number, same thing. So when you want to create a contact and Go High Level, you need to at least either have their email or their phone number. You don't need both. You need one or the other. I do like to have both those so that we can reach out to people via both methods. You can also import contacts. Let me go back real quick. You can also import contacts by going to import, and you can upload a CSV with all of your contacts on it and import them straight into your CRM. This is great for if you're migrating from another CRM, or if you're migrating from like you've been using spreadsheets or something like that, or you have a lead list that you want to import into Go High Level. So I'm going to click on this contact I just created, and you will see we have fields on the left side. It has my name, some other information. There's general fields that already come with the CRM that's already set up here. If you want to be able to collect additional information about your clients when they sign up with a form or anything else, you're going to use fields. We will be using this to track our transcripts. Like when a contact has a conversation with the AI, we store the transcript, the call recording, the call outcome, and a few other things right directly inside of the contact page. So we'll create custom fields that can store that information. Some other things you'll notice is we have tasks up here. On the right hand, you can see the activity. So what action are those contacts taking? Like if they visit your funnel, you can see when a contact visits your funnel, for example. When they send text messages or other information, that'll pop up here in the middle section. Tasks are if you want to assign tasks related to a specific contact. Say you need to send an invoice to them and you don't want to do it right now, you want to schedule it for later, you can add a task and send reminders to yourself to send that task out or to complete that task. Notes. If you want to just take some notes about this contact and leave it on the contact page, you can take notes, which is super convenient. I create a call log here. So say that somebody talks to my AI more than once and I want to see the history of all the conversations they have with the AI. I create a call log, and we set that automation up. I'll show you how to do that when we get into automating the end of call report. Appointments. You can see when specific contacts have appointments with you. Super convenient. You can also create an appointment from here. Documents. If you need to add specific documents to a contact, you can add them here and send them here. You can see what documents your clients have sent to you. You can see the ones that you sent to them, whatever. Payments. If you are transacting with your contacts in here, like if people are paying you monthly or you've sent an invoice, here you can see that contact. So again, everything you might need as far as information about a contact and your business, you can see directly on the contact page. Okay, cool. We're going to keep rolling. Custom fields. When I want to create a specific field where I'm collecting a new bit of information about a client, I'm going to create a new field. Typically, I'll create a new folder first so I can organize it better. So I'll create a folder that is specific to AI, right? I might have an AI calling, AI call field. And I can see the transcript, the recording, et cetera, after I create a field in that folder. I'll show you how to do that when we integrate the CRM, when we integrate the Vapi AI agent into the CRM. Super easy. We'll cover that. Custom values. This is also another place where you can automate specific information. The best way to explain it is just by clicking on it. If I want a value to always be here, it's pretty much like a placeholder, right? If I want my business name to pop up in a bunch of different locations without me having to go in and automatically place my business name inside of a message or on my funnel, I can put my business name inside of a custom value. So this would be business name. The value would be Infinite AI. I can select the folder that it lives in. We don't have any folders yet, but I can create a custom value. This is literally just a placeholder. So it's convenient for when you're setting up a template and you don't want to have to go manually update all of the information in the template. You can use custom values and it'll auto-populate your templates for you. We will get into why that is valuable at another time. When we're setting up the automations for our AI agent, we're going to use some custom values. You can set up lead scoring inside of your CRM. So if you want to score a lead based off of how much engagement they've had, right? They've opened your emails or they've sent you some messages. You can set up different ways to score that lead, and say you want to reach out to leads that have at least a score of 10, right? So maybe you've added some points for sending emails, you've added some points for engaging with your funnel, whatever. It's an easy way to see who has been the most engaged with your business. So that is what scoring is set up for. Domains. If you want to host your own funnel or website on Go High Level, you just connect the domain that you want to use. I do have some domains in official.ai. If I wanted to connect this domain, I would just add records manually, and then there's training videos on exactly how to do it. It's just updating your DNS records. So if you're using like Namecheap or GoDaddy, you would just update these records on GoDaddy, and now you have your domain set up with Go High Level. Not that complicated once you actually get in there. It will be pretty straightforward. I'm also going to show you a resource that you can reach out to 24/7 and get support. URL redirects. This is if somebody goes to like one of your website pages and you want it to redirect to a different website or a different page. Say you have two domains for some reason and you want them both to go to the same location. You can actually create a URL redirect here inside of Go High Level as well. It's pretty convenient. Integrations. So this is where you're going to connect your Google account, your Facebook and Instagram account, your QuickBooks account if you use QuickBooks, your TikTok, your LinkedIn. This is mostly if you're using like LinkedIn ads. Your Stripe account to collect payments. Your Slack channel if you want to keep Slack notifications and communicate with your team via Slack and still see that inside of Go High Level. Pretty convenient. We're mostly just going to be using Stripe so that you can send invoices, Google so that you can do your calendar information. If you're using an Outlook calendar, it looks a little bit different. That's really all you need from here. The form fields mapping is if you're connecting your ads accounts. Yeah, cool. All right. Private integrations. This is a brand new feature and I'm so excited about it. The reason why this is so powerful is because this is how you can make API requests to Go High Level from one of your automation platforms. API requests are how pieces of software communicate to each other. So now we have pretty much an API token. It's a bearer token. What that means is it's the password that allows you to send information to the Go High Level software or get information from the Go High Level software. We will be using this when we want to set up the advanced AI agent to get calendar availability and schedule appointments directly to Go High Level. This is also what we're going to be using to use the AI to send text messages directly from Go High Level. Super cool. They did not have an easy way to do this before like a month ago. So this is brand new and I'm so excited about it. We'll cover this more once we start to integrate the AI and build some more advanced functions and features. When we get into the advanced text AI agents, this is going to be pretty important. And when we're setting up tools, this is going to be pretty important. We'll get there. Conversation providers, you really don't need to use this like ever. Unless you're a developer and you're setting up like custom conversation stuff. There's not an easy way to explain this because it's not a very common use. And if you're not going to there's a whole marketplace where you can develop your own custom apps for Go High Level. We're not doing that. There's other videos for that. Actually, there's not really many videos out there. It's not very common. Anyways, tags. Tags are how we can manage, just another way to keep track of what's happening with your contacts. Tags can be used to trigger automations. They can also just be used as labels, pretty much. So if you have a contact that you want to, for example, how I use tags is usually to trigger an automation. So I'll have a AI call tag. If I add that AI call tag to a contact, and I'll show you where we can do that. If I add the tag AI call, I can create the tag and add it from here. Then that will trigger another automation that actually makes the AI call the person. We will get into that in depth when we're setting up the automations. Cool. You can also see what automations your clients or your contacts have been through in the past, and you can see which ones they're in currently. You can also add them to an automation straight from here if you don't want to use the tag. The tag is just more convenient because you can add contacts in bulk. So if we want to trigger a lot of AI calls to go out like, at once, we can hit this add tag and we can select a bunch of contacts to add the tag to. So then I can add one tag to like 20 contacts and they can all go into my automation at the same time. Very convenient way to see that has happened. You can also add a lot of contacts to an automation in bulk. I just find using the tags to be a bit more convenient because there's some other automation stuff that we can set up with tags later. We'll get into this in depth. But for now, we're just kind of going over the overview of all of the stuff that you can do inside of Go High Level. Labs is just where you can access like early features. You really don't have to come in here, but I do turn on a lot of the early features because I want to use them. You can just read what new feature they're about to drop, and like you can choose if you want to add it early before it becomes available. New color picker for funnels, and this looks like it'll be pretty cool. It's going to be live in 8 days. I just made it live now for me. That's all. Audit logs is you can see what activity has been taking place in your CRM. So this is, like you can see, I created this contact. I created a custom value. I deleted a custom value. So you can see what's been happening, who did what inside of the CRM. That's just a pretty cool way to keep track of activity. Brand boards. This is where you can set up, again, just custom branding. This is a new feature as well. Pretty cool though. Last but not least, we have the companies tab. I really don't use this. But if you have a company that you're working with and you have a lot of contacts that all work at the same company and you need to group them together, this is typically just where you can manage the settings related to a specific company. Again, not something you're really ever going to have to use, but it's here for if you do end up using it. That's all of the tabs inside of Go High Level, pretty much, except for some of the specific tabs to like right, we have some other options that we can click through up here inside of the marketing tab. But if you have any questions about anything related to Go High Level, you can hit this little question mark, and they have 24/7 support calls. This is your customer relationship number. So when you join a support call, you're going to need to get your relationship number so that you can tell them what CRM you're using, like which account do they need to be looking at. There's plenty of support they have. They have communities. They have a welcome course, which I would highly recommend you watch if you've never used Go High Level before. But join Zoom call now. That's typically where you're going to get one-on-one support. You'll go, they'll put you in a queue. You'll get access to talking to somebody about any questions you have about anything in here. They can ask you or answer for you. So you don't have to rely solely on YouTube. You don't have to solely rely on like me or anybody else. You can ask the people who made the platform. They're super great. I actually really like Go High Level support. They do a really great job. I highly recommend. If you want to log out, you can just sign back in. If you are an agency owner, you can log in as other people in your account. Like I can log in as a bunch of people. I'm not going to do that. I don't need to. Okay. Notifications. This is just where you can see notifications about what's happening inside of your Go High Level account. Yeah. View channel log. This is again just updates that are coming out from Go High Level. They'll just post updates there. And then the phone. You can trigger phone calls from directly inside of your Go High Level account as well. So if you want to call a contact or call anybody with your business phone number, you can just hit this phone number. I don't have a phone system connected to this account yet, so we are going to do that here right now. Phone. Somebody help phone numbers. There we go. All right. Phone system settings. We are going to be using Twilio. This is only viewable by agency owners, by the way. So if you have your own agency, you can see this stuff. If you're using a sub account, you won't be able to see a lot of this. If you're using a sub account and you need to connect a phone number and you're trying to use a voice AI agent, make sure that your agency owner has you under the Twilio settings for your phone numbers. Go High Level has a built-in phone system called Lead Connector. You don't want to use that. You want to use Twilio. So reach out to your agency and request that they switch your phone provider to Twilio. I'm going to click on the phone settings. And you'll see that this just sent me back to my agency account. That is because the agency is where the phone settings are managed. So if you are an agency, you can connect your Twilio account. You'll see on here, use Twilio. This is suggesting I switch back to LC. Don't do that. Use Twilio. If I want to connect a specific sub account, I can go to the sub account. Where's the one I just created? New demo. I'll hit connect. Oh no, not that connect. So if you don't already have a Twilio account, as an agency, every time you create a sub account, it automatically creates a new sub account in your Twilio account as well. I'll actually go ahead and just show you since we just did that. I hit that connect button and it created a new sub account. If I wanted to change the sub account connected, I can update my credentials. So if you already have a Twilio account, you can add your Twilio information right here to the new sub account. This is going to connect your Twilio account to your Go High Level account. I just connected I just accidentally created a sub account because I hit that little connect button, but I'll show you. View all sub accounts, you'll see new demo. This is the new account that I just created. I don't want to use this one because I already have an account that we set up in the last video, the Twilio video. And that's the one I want to use because I already bought a phone number and there's no use in buying another phone number and doing that again. So we're going to connect this account. Yeah, so you'll take your account SID. And this is something the agency will have to do. So if you're not an agency, again, ask your agency if they can switch you to Twilio, and then tell them, hey, I have an account SID. I have my auth token. Can you please switch my account? Okay. So I would take my SID from Twilio. And if you don't know how to create an account on Twilio, we already went over that in the last video. Go watch the Twilio video. But this is the account we just created. I'll take my auth token. I'll paste it. Again, do not share your SID and your auth token. These are private information. If you share these things, anybody will be able to use your Twilio account, buy phone numbers, trigger automations, call people with your phone number, whatever. Don't expose these things. I'm going to delete this auth token, so I don't mind showing it for this immediate moment because I'm going to be deleting it after these videos are posted. Do not expose that information. Anyways, the Twilio account is now connected. You might ask, why do I create my own sub accounts instead of just using the sub account that's auto created? Either one works. I just already made the Twilio account in the last video when I was showing you how to make the Twilio account. So either one works. Either way, it's a sub account. It's cool. So this is a sub account to my agency account in Twilio. And I can make a sub account in Twilio for all of my sub accounts in Go High Level. So I can have a unique sub account. That means unique phone numbers, unique authentication for every sub account inside of Go High Level that matches with the sub accounts inside of Twilio. That's why this is so convenient, because they integrate seamlessly with each other. Super cool. If you have any questions about sub accounts or how any of that works, again, you can go ask the Go High Level support team. You can also ask Claude or ChatGPT, because this software is so popular that the AI usually has all the up-to-date information on it, or up-to-date enough that it can help you set these things up. So you can ask for a step-by-step guide on how to set up your Twilio account or why you might want to set up a Twilio account, and the AI will be able to explain it to you. Cool. All right. Oh, wrong location. New demo. Okay, so we're back inside. And again, you'll see I have Twilio here on my menu link too, just because I want it to be super convenient for me to click wherever I want to go. Just a little, heads up to make your life easier. But I'll go back to phone numbers. Let me get some water here. And now you'll see I have my Twilio phone number right here. If I want to add this phone number, so this is going to pull a list of all of the numbers that you have inside of your Twilio account that is connected to Go High Level now. If I want this number to be added into Go High Level, I'll come over here and I'll hit add. That means anytime somebody sends a text message to this number, I'll get it in the CRM. Anytime somebody calls this number, it'll ring inside of my CRM. If you want this to be set up as an AI agent, you need to connect your AI agent inside of Vapi. So I'm going to do that again real quick. I want to show you something. If you watched the last video, you saw me connect the phone number to Twilio, or to Vapi. You saw me go to Twilio, buy a phone number, connect it to Vapi. You noticed that the webhook here switched to the Vapi voice call. That was good. But since I just added this phone number to my Go High Level account, it changed the settings inside of Twilio. So to switch that back, right now it's just set up that if I call this number anytime, it's not going to ring to my Vapi agent anymore. It's going to ring to Go High Level. if I want to change those settings back, what I need to do is go back to Vapi. Let me switch to the right account. Go to Vapi. Go to phone numbers. It says it is still imported in here, which is true. But the settings inside of Twilio are wrong. When you click on your number in Twilio, you'll see this configure page. This URL, this is where this is where a phone call is sent when somebody rings into the number. So it goes to Twilio first, and then Twilio decides where to send that phone call to. Is it going to send it to Go High Level, or is it going to send it to Vapi? Since I just added this to Go High Level, it's going to send it to Go High Level. I need to change this back to Vapi. So I need to get the URL from Vapi and paste this here. There's an easy way to do this. I could either delete this number and re-import it and it'll fix the settings again. I'm going to try something else real quick because I am curious if this is going to work. I'm going to ask the AI for the webhook URL. Also, another pro tip, if you want to make texting and training voice AI agents or just texting on your laptop easy, turn on your speech to text. That way I can just, like there's a button on my Mac that I can just hit like this, and now I can talk straight into my mic and it types for me. I love this thing. I use it all the time now. Pro tip, turn on speech to text for your keyboard. Hey, can you give me the incoming call webhook that I need to paste inside of Twilio to be able to make sure that the incoming calls go to Vapi? I forgot what the URL is. So when a call comes in, I need the URL to send to Vapi. This might work. It might not. I'm just curious. Nope, having a hard time finding it. I'll see if it's in here. It doesn't look like it's in here, so that's okay. The other way to do this is if you have another agent that is still connected, then you can just grab the URL and the settings from the agent that is still connected to Vapi and paste it in here. Again, we're in the configuration settings of the phone number. So again, click your phone number. We're right here in the settings. The other thing that we can do is I can literally just delete this number and import it again. Account dashboard. Grab the SID. Grab the auth token. Again, do not expose this information ever. Never, ever, ever. I'm going to delete this account after we're done here, so it doesn't matter. But you should never be exposing yourself like this. Anyways, I just re-imported that number. What you'll see back on the account is the webhook changed. Now this is going back to Vapi. See, I'll show you. Now when a call goes into the number, it's going to send it to Vapi instead of sending it to Go High Level. Cool. But that does mean when somebody calls into this number, it's not going to register and Go High Level when they call in because it's not sending it to Go High Level. Something that you can do that allows for you to see when numbers come in to Go High Level, like say you still want to see that somebody called in, you want to see that in your CRM, and then the number goes to a Vapi agent. Usually I would set this up later for you. I will. Go watch the inbound calling video, and on that video I'll show you some other methods for setting up an inbound call. We'll cover literally everything as far as additional settings you might want to set for your inbound voice agent and how you can still track those calls inside of the CRM, but still have the AI take those calls. We'll also set up, you'll see. Go watch the inbound video. It's pretty cool. Okie dokie. So I now have a phone number inside of Go High Level. If somebody texts this, I'll get the message inside of the conversations area. Sorry. If somebody texts, I'll get the message inside the conversations area. I can see a list of my contacts here that are talking to me, and I can click on the contact and see the conversation. I can also see the conversation directly from this location. Now, if you want to send a text message from your Go High Level account using that Twilio number, I could try, and I'm going to get this error. Unsuccessful. A2P registration pending. So, if you watched the Twilio video, you watched me set up the A2P campaign. The reason we did that was so that we could send text messages with the Twilio number. If you have not set up your A2P registration, you will not be able to send text messages. You will be able to receive them, but you cannot send them. So set up your A2P. Go watch the Twilio video. Okay. That is Go High Level. You can do a ton of stuff in here. A couple other pieces that we'll go over is the calendars, because you will be using this. If you just integrate your calendar, your Google Calendar, right? I can go back to my calendar settings. I can hit, if I go to integrations, I can sign in with Google, and then I will be able to connect my Google Calendar. Awesome. If I go to calendar settings, connections, I can also connect. Oh, no, sorry. This is for if you're like a home services business and you want to connect booking to like your Google My Business profile. We don't really have to do that. If you want to create a calendar, this is just like using Calendly or cal.com, like any of those calendar platforms. Just hit new calendar. Personal booking means when people book on your calendar, they're booking directly just with you or one specific team member. Round robin means they'll have a list of people they can book with, and they get to select who they want to book with. Class booking is one host can hold a class with a bunch of people who join. And then collective booking is multiple hosts can meet with one participant. Okay. Personal booking is usually what you're going to use. If you have a team, you might want to use round robin. Personal booking, name your calendar, pick the team member this calendar belongs to, change the URL of the calendar so that it's not matching any other calendars, change the minute duration, change your availability, and then hit advanced settings. So we'll just show you demo. I don't have any team members right now, so this actually isn't going to work. Let me go ahead and show you how to add a team member real quick then. So again, I can go to settings, go to my staff, add employees, and I can add a team member here. It won't let me add myself because I'm already an agency contact. If I wanted to add my agency contact to this account, I'll have to go back to the agency settings and add myself to this account, which I'll go ahead and do real quick because I want to make sure that we cover everything just in case you have any questions. So I'm back on my agency account. Again, if you don't have an agency account, just go to my staff, add yourself straight from there. If you do have an agency account and you're already an agency contact and you want to add yourself to your sub account, you can go to team, go to the agency, go to settings, go to team, and then then just find your contact. This is my contact. Yay, I'm the agency owner. Awesome, cool. Roles and permissions. I can add myself to a new sub account. So if I go add sub account, add to the account that I just made, new demo, and I hit save, I am now on that team. So I can go back, go to settings, go to my staff. Look, it's me. I'm there. So this is what a team member looks like once they're on your account. I already have, or I will need to add my calendar configurations. Like if I want to have a Google Calendar, updated. So again, go to integrations, connect your Google Calendar. Everybody on your team will need to do this independently. So if you aren't using the same like business calendar and everybody has their own business calendar or business emails, then everybody needs to sign in with their own emails. If you all share a business email, then again, all of the users will still have to sign in, but they just sign in with the one business email. Cool. All right. Calendars. Go to calendar settings. Add a calendar. Personal booking. The only team member that I can select is me because I'm the only one here. This is the name that is going to pop up on the calendar. So this is going to be visible by like the people who are booking with you. Demo calendar. Calendar. Demo. I cannot spell right now. Calendar. Okay. Meeting duration I can change from here. This demo cal. I'm going to hit advanced settings because I do want to change my availability and some other information. When you hit advanced settings, you'll see calendar name. If you want to write a description for what the calendar is, again, this will be publicly viewable. You can click that. If you want to add the calendar to a group, this is a group is like, it will hold multiple calendars on it. So when you use a group, you can have a web page that people can select the type of appointment they want to book with you, right? You might have a 15-minute consultation and a 30-minute consultation and an hour-long consultation. If you want people to be able to select between the 3 calendars you have, add them all to the same group and then send out your calendar group URL. People can click on that and pick between the 3 meetings. Meeting titles. This is a placeholder. So remember earlier when we were going over custom values? This is what a custom value looks like. This is a value that already comes with Go High Level. It's called contact.name. That inserts the contact's name. Pretty easy. If I wanted to insert a custom value, I'll see the folder that my custom value is in, and you'll see custom values, and I can just add that custom value. I don't have any right now, but again, it's just a placeholder. So contact.name is going to insert the contact's name that is booking with you. So if I was booking with myself, this would say Trey John. It would just be Trey John. So this would be Trey John, and if I want to put demo calendar on it or AI consultation, it'll put the contact's name that's booking and then whatever else you want here. Cool. You can also put their phone number or whatever else you might want. Phone number, email, address, whatever you want to drop in here. But that's how the placeholders work. This information is not super necessary. I want all of my meetings to have a Google Meet attached to them already when people book. So I would just add Google Meet. Medium priority, if I had multiple team members on this calendar and I wanted it to book with me, I would set this to high priority just so I know like, oh, high priority just is pretty much like a label like, hey, this is a high priority meeting. Show up. Low priority would be like, it's less priority. You don't really need to change this. Leave it to medium priority. I've never really seen much of a reason to. Add location. Oh, if I wanted to add other places that people can meet with me, right? Maybe I want to also do Google or Zoom, but I don't think, I don't have a Zoom account connected. I don't use Zoom. I hate Zoom. That's just me though. If you want to connect Zoom, hit Zoom. If you want to connect something else, hit something else. Like if it's a phone call meeting, you don't need to send a Google Meet or a Zoom. You might just hit phone and then call them, right? Or have them call you, whatever. It's up to you. That's the calendar. You're going to hit save. It's going to send you to the next page. Availability. This is when you can adjust your calendar availability. When you connect this calendar with your Google Calendar, it will also be looking at your Google Calendar to see when you're available. That way you don't double book, but you can also change your availability here. Any day you want, anytime you want, that's pretty self-explanatory. Just choose the time, right? You can change it whenever, blah, blah, blah. Cool. Look busy. This is just if you want it to look like you're more booked than you actually are. I really don't use this, but if you want to hide some of your availability so you look more busy, that's what look busy is for. These settings are all really self-explanatory. Like, you can hover over the icon and it'll explain what it does. So I'm not going to spend too much time going over all of these pieces. But this is like, if I want only one meeting to show up per hour, it's 1 hour. 30-minute is the meeting duration. Minimum scheduling notice is if I want, like, you can't book with me, like, you have to book with me at least 18 hours in advance. You have to book with me at least 1 day in advance. Like, I don't want people to just be able to book with me for an hour from now if I'm available. Don't do that. Date range is how many dates in advance can people book. Like, so if you only want people to be able to book for this week, 5 days. Maximum bookings per day. This is if you have like a maximum amount of appointments you want to take in a day. You can turn that on. I don't. Just book. Maximum bookings per slot. If you are fine with being double booked, you can turn this up to 2 or 3, and then you can have multiple meetings able to be booked on the same slot. Maybe you have one business calendar and you have multiple team members, and you want to be able to book all of your appointments to one calendar, but you don't want it to look like people can't book at that time because you have 3 availabilities per booking slot. Then you can just turn up the maximum booking slot. Pre-buffer time and post-buffer time, these are just buffers. So if like you're booked and you have some other event on your calendar, like 15 minutes before the meeting or 15 minutes after the meeting, it'll just, every time you book a meeting on the calendar, it'll also block out 15 minutes before the meeting and 15 minutes after the meeting, so nothing else can be booked there. Like if you need time to do pre-appointment prep or post-appointment activities. I really don't use this either. I just increase the meeting interval so that people can't book back to back. Okay, cool. I'd hit save, move to the next step. This is the form that people will have to submit when they book it with you. That's it. You can collect information. The default is first name, last name, email, phone, and some notes. You can also import custom forms in here. I don't have any forms created yet, but if you want to qualify people when they're booking with you, you can create a form that asks them some other questions. You would add custom fields to the form, like, hey, how much money are you making right now? What are your goals in 12 months? You can add those fields to the form so you can collect that information before the appointment, and then you will see their responses on the contact. That's a custom field. We will cover forms in a later video because we will be using them. Not right now. Cool. Anyways, most of that is set up. If I want people to be able to add guests is cool. Notifications, if I want to turn on notifications when people book. So yes, I want to turn on notifications for the contact, for the guest that they added, and the user that's assigned to this. It's me. If I want Google to send out invitations and update emails, I'll hit the check mark. Yes. If I want to allow people to reschedule or cancel the meeting, I can add these links and add an expiration date or a time. Like if I don't want them to be able to reschedule within 30 minutes of when the meeting starts, I can add that timer on. And I can add additional notes that automatically get connected to the appointment. Again, these are placeholders. I can add other placeholders if I want. I don't really ever do this. Okay. Customization, last piece. If I want the calendar page that people book on to look pretty, I can add a picture. It's not necessary, but you can. There are different widget styles. Again, not super necessary, but if you want to learn more, hit learn more, and you'll see. That is, no, we're missing some stuff. Customization. Oh, they must have changed there we go. This is a little tab. They just added that, so I didn't know where it was at. But here you go. If you want to change the colors that show up on your calendar, you can change the colors here. This is just about customizing what the calendar looks like. You can preview the calendar by hitting the preview button, and you can see what your calendar looks like. This is what we just set up. Yay! Look at all that stuff. I don't have a Google Calendar connected yet, so you won't see. But I can select fill out the form, schedule the meeting. If I want a custom form, this is where it's going to pop up. Okay. When you integrate your Google Calendar, you will see some other settings on here. It's going to say calendar integration, one way, two way, or smart. If you only want to be able to schedule meetings from Go High Level and it automatically goes to your Google Calendar, you'll select one way. If you want to be able to schedule appointments on your Google Calendar and it automatically connects to your Go High Level calendar, select two way. Smart, I don't really know what smart does. I guess I'm not that smart. I guess I am not that smart, not smart enough to know what smart is. Again, you'll see that after you've already connected you've integrated your calendars or your Google account. I'm not doing that because I don't want my Google account on this demo account. So we're not doing it. Cool. That's calendar. Hit save. It'll save all the updates you made and you will now have a calendar set up with Go High Level. Awesome. I'm going to close now. Now I have this calendar. The last piece we'll go over in this video, because these are like the main functions that you'll use without us having to go super deep. Like, we're going to use automations a lot, but we're going to have to spend a whole video on its own going over automations. We'll cover that. For right now, the last piece is opportunities. This is how you track the pipeline stages of your contacts. So we're going to create a pipeline real quick. Go to pipelines, create the pipeline. Oops, I clicked on too much stuff at once and it got scared. So if I go to pipelines, why is this coming up as create your first pipeline? That's what I'm trying to do. Add a pipeline. Very interesting. Very interesting. Let me try refreshing. Sometimes you just have to refresh your page. Honestly, there's no other explanation for why things break sometimes. Turn it off, turn it back on. See, now we have a button that says create new pipeline. Cool. This pipeline will be named sales pipeline. First stage is cold lead. Second stage is first message sent. Second stage is message replied. Third stage is appointment booked. Closed. We sold them. If you want other stuff like they met and they weren't interested, you can add like not interested. And this is just so you can track what's happening with your contacts through like your sales pipeline or any other pipeline. It's an imaginary pipeline. It's not a real pipeline. It's just literally whatever you want to be able to track, you'll be able to track. When I go back over to opportunities, I can now see this pipeline here. This is my sales pipeline. Contact cards will pop up here and I can manually move my contacts through the pipeline. I can also set up automations that automate the contacts to move through certain sections of the pipeline based on whatever conditions we set, right? So say I want to, if I send a message to a cold lead, I want them to move to the first message sent pipeline. I can set up an automation that triggers when I send a message to a lead. They can go to the first message sent. You can also trigger automations based off of changes in your pipeline. So say I manually move, I'm going to show you. I'll go to my contact. I'll click it real quick. I'm going to add an opportunity. So I'm going to add my contact to a pipeline stage just by hitting create. They're going to the sales pipeline, cold lead stage. I just created this opportunity. If I go back to opportunities, look, I'm here. I can manually move it to any step I want. Now, something that's really cool is I can trigger automations based off of the stage I drag a contact to. So for example, say whenever a contact closes, I want to send them the onboarding form. If they have an appointment with me, I can see, okay, they're in the appointment booked. We're having the appointment. The appointment just ended. I can go to my opportunities and I can drag this contact to closed. And if I have another automation set up, it will send them the onboarding form when this contact moves to closed. You can, everything I just explained, like even this manual dragging from appointment booked to closed, I could have a form that I set up these automations for, right? Like if I have an appointment form and somebody booked with me and I had the appointment, I could build a form for myself that's like post-appointment notes. On that form, I could have a checkbox that says, oh, they closed. That when I click the checkbox and submit the form, it will trigger an automation that moves the contact to closed. And when the contact gets moved to closed, that's going to trigger the other automation that sends them the onboarding form, right? So that's an example of a multi-step automation. When one step happens, the next step happens. When that step happens, the next step happens. We'll spend a whole video going over automations and what automations are going to be best for your business when you're working with the AI, or if you're using this for like a business that you're already running. Cool. All right. Again, we're just covering the basics of what the tech stack is. This is Go High Level. There's a ton of stuff in here. It's super powerful. You don't need to use everything, and you don't need to know about everything to use it effectively. I'm going to teach you exactly what you need to use, and then you can have your fun and build whatever you want. Cool. All right. I know that was an extensive video. Good. It was meant to be. If you have any questions or there are specific videos that you want me to create, I need you to go to, where is it at? You can text this number, 806-303-0888. You're going to text Finn. Finn is going to ask you what 3 questions you have. You can let Finn know. She will send that information to me. It's going to be stored in my Notion database so I can review and make a video just for you. That is all. If you would like to work with us, if you want to join the program, you can call Finn and she will ask you some questions to get a better understanding of where your business is at so we can make the most of our time together on our growth consultation call. I'm helping other agencies and AI consultants build their own business model so that they can make more money with AI, leveraging simple AI solutions. It does not have to be complicated. It should be easy. We are specifically working with info product businesses because we like to scale. Oops. I put some emphasis on that. We're trying to scale. So if you're a business who wants to grow, reach out and I can get you connected with one of my partners. If you are an AI agency or a consultancy who's looking for a simple solution for your growth and for your clients, reach out and we will get you hooked up. Text Finn. You can chat all you want. Call Finn only if you are serious about committing to building a better AI business model. Growth is simple. That's what we're doing here. Like, comment, subscribe. Come hang out. I will see you around. I should see you around. You'll find me somewhere. I love you. I wish nothing but the best for you. Go hug a tree. Spend some time meditating. I don't know. Live your life however you want to live your life. But let's make some money and provide some awesome services to people together. Join the network. I'll see you later. This was the Go High Level Deep Dive Overview. Again, we'll build some more custom stuff once we get there. But it's been an honor and a pleasure. I will see you around. Peace.